There we go. That one took a little bit. All right, we are still attempting to. Hi, I think I got it. I did. I did. I got it to go live on whatever that one is. What is that? That is Instagram. Okay. Hello, everybody. I think I need to be a little higher here. There we go. And I am just dealing with anxiety energy, so I'm kind of cleaning. This is how I clean. I take everything and I move it all, and I take everything off of one area, I move it all into another area. I clean the first area, and then I put things back in a nice, organized manner. And there's always extra stuff that doesn't end up going back because there was stuff that didn't belong there in the first place, right? I don't know about you guys, but that's what I do. I take, I'm like, this is the area I want to clean. So I remove everything, clean the space, put things back in a neat and organized fashion. And I have some serious anxiety energy today, so cleaning is one of the things that happens. All right, so I am just basically here, waiting until a few people show up. Okay, I know I hit go live over there. There we go. I don't know, dudes. I think I have to hit go live a couple times on Instagram, and now it looks like it really is working. I think it's actually working this time. There we go. Oh, yay. Okay, so I see Monique, and yes, lots of work. And I see Monica and Monique again. Hello. So I know that YouTube is working, and if YouTube is working, that pretty much always means that Facebook is working. And I see Patty Aaron. Patty, did you see yourself in the June issue? I hope you did, Patty. I if you didn't get the June issue, Patty, let me know. I thought I sent you one, but I could be crazy. But there is a picture, guys, in the June issue. There's the picture of Crochet Foundry in the Wild, and it's a picture of Patty Aaron wearing the, what is it? I think it's called the Sagebrush tee. It's from the very first ever edition of Crochet Foundry. And Patty, of course, bought that edition and made the sagebrush tea. I think that's what it's called. And so when I put in the article that's in the June issue, the June edition about H&H, there is a picture of Patty at H&H wearing the sagebrush tea. She didn't even wear it just because she saw I was there. It was already in her. It was in her suitcase. She was planning on wearing it, and then we realized what was going on, and it was so exciting. So of course I had to take a picture. So yes, we have a picture of there's Patty in our June issue, which is super exciting. And hello, Gabby. I love that hello, Gabby is hello, Gabby, because it just makes you say hello, Gabby, which is just, it always feels nice, right? Okay, so oh my God, guys, you have no idea. Like, just the healing power of just being on here with you guys, because I know how awesome you are. It's really great. So today I'm going to give you a little sneak peek into the members area, and I'm going to let you know some of the things that are coming to the Crochet Foundry blog, which is of course free to everybody. I want to make sure, like, obviously, yes, I want you guys to buy the magazine and all of that stuff and join the membership and all of that. But I also want there to be access to the blog and really important and useful information that any of you can use, even if you're not buying the magazine, or in addition to the magazine. Some really great free content as well, right? Um, so we're going to go over that. And if you're on one of the areas where you can look at my tree, if you're on one of the areas, darn it, where you can see the description, you'll see that part of the other description is also, it's okay to not be okay, because sometimes I need to remember that, and I think sometimes we all need to remember that. But I having a not okay day. So, um, you know, I don't feel the need to lie about that. Why don't we go over a few things first? Because just being here with you guys is definitely helping with my day. But okay, another thing here from the June issue, the June edition is it's hard. The little stand is the wrong size. See, so I need to kind of make it. I should duct tape it because duct tape is everything that isn't human, everything that isn't like actually breathing is fixable with either duct tape or WD-40. And in this case, duct tape would fix the stand so it stays in the right size. But in the June issue, there is also an interview with this fabulous yarn artist who I ran into at H&H. And I am doing my best to make sure there is an interview with a different yarn artist in every single edition of Crochet Foundry. I just I love giving the notoriety to them and giving the public the exposure. That's the word I'm looking for. I love giving the exposure to them, and I love making sure that you guys can see some of the amazing things you can do with yarn outside of crochet and knit. Some of the really beautiful things that people do. And sometimes the yarn artist might be more like a really awesome fashion kind of person within crochet, but I'm trying to make sure that the yarn artists are actually yarn artists. And then if I do a fashion kind of thing, it's a crochet and fashion thing. It's in addition to having the yarn artist, so it's a separate interview. But this is from the yarn artist in the June issue, in the June edition. I ran into him at Andy, and I ran into him at H&H. Not H&H, sorry, at Vogue Knitting Live. Vogue Knitting Live last year, and it sounds like they're doing it again in 2025, but in 2024, they had just a ton of really amazing yarn artists. And that's where a lot of the yarn artists that were doing interviews from, that's where I found them, was at Vogue Knitting Live. And if you guys know of any yarn artists that you would love to see an interview from, please let me know. Email, let me find it here. support@crochetfoundry.com. If you know of any yarn artists that you would like to learn more about, or you would like to see spotlighted in Crochet Foundry, please let me know. And I would love to have those interviews. I'll put them in Crochet Foundry. And what we'll do is the month after, so they'll be in an edition of Crochet Foundry for the interview. And then the next month, I will put them on the blog as free content, okay? So I'll make sure I'll go back and find, we had one, did I have one in March? I'm pretty sure I had one in March, but I could be wrong. Or it might already be up. I'm not sure. If we did, I'll get them up. March was a long time ago. The June one was Andy, and I will make sure that when the July issue goes live, Andy goes onto the blog. There's a few things that will move onto the blog once an issue goes live. Not everything, not the patterns, and not all of the articles and interviews, but some of them will, okay? And so Andy's will go onto the blog in July at some point. And let's see. Let me go back to comments here. We have a lot of amazing people. Hi, Patty. Patty said hi because I was talking all about her. And then Handmade Design said hi. So we have a lot of awesome people joining us over here on Instagram. And let me see, we have a few more comments over here. Hi, Gabby. Happy Wednesday. And yes, Monique, giving artists some recognition is awesome. Oops, I forgot to turn off that banner. Not that it's a bad thing for you guys to know how to email me, but still. All right, so yeah, this is anyway, when I was at Vogue Knitting Live, I had to buy one of these trees from Andy because I loved his whole display. Having serious issues with English today, which is funny because it's the only language I loved his display, and he had these little trees for sale, which was about all that was in my budget because I had just bought Crochet Foundry. Like I bought Crochet Foundry on December 26th, and the Knitting Live was like the second week of January. So I was kind of out of money. So I bought this little guy because I just loved all of Andy's stuff and I needed something. And this little tree here, it just sits up here and it will end up back up here after I clean off my desk and get everything in order. And it just brings me happiness. I like it because it reminds me of the awesomeness of Andy. I like it because it makes me know that I am, supporting LGBTQ plus businesses. I like it because it's pretty. And I mean, like, look at this little guy. He's got a little, I'm going to back up a little bit or else it gets too fuzzy. But you can see there's this great little wire tree that's got a nice yarn crochet top with little beads and a little yarn bottom and a little yarn background. And so like you can see the backgrounds here because it's just put on this little canvas. The background at the top and at the bottom are probably from, because you can see that they've been cut from like pre-existing pieces that Andy has found in thrift stores or that people have donated to him. And then the top of the tree, the metal tree in the top of the tree, metal tree was wound and the top of the tree was crocheted by Andy. It looks like that's probably crochet. I could be wrong, but it looks like that was crocheted by Andy and then all this stuff was sewn on. So he kind of, everything is found and donated and repurposed, things that would have probably otherwise ended up in the garbage and end up becoming beautiful art from Andy, which I love. So there's my little rant on how awesome Andy is. And like I said, that the interview with Andy is currently in the June issue of Crochet Foundry and will be on the blog sometime after Friday, since Friday is when the next edition comes out, okay? In some cases, the articles you're getting in Crochet Foundry, you're getting a month early, and then people get them for free later, and in some cases, you can only get it if you have the magazine. Monica, this is, oh wait, here, let me go back. Good morning. And Monica, this is a beautiful question. Can you access the member area if you haven't subscribed to the magazine? Well, right now, the only person who can access the member area is me. And after I talk to Gabby and, oh my God, brain fry. Guys, my brain has gone away. So after I talked to my admins today, after I talked to Gabby and Sarah, then I forgot Sarah's name and I feel like crap. After I talked to Gabby and Sarah, they will probably have access to the members area. And my goal, which is looking more and more attainable every day, is that the members area will open along with the July issue, the July edition. And what will happen is there won't be the annual subscriptions like you guys are used to, where it's just like each subscription is its own subscription, like a purchase. You buy the June 2024 edition, and it gives you June 2024 through May 2025, right? It'll be a membership that either renews monthly or renews annually. And you have the access to cancel it. You don't have to like email me and say, please cancel my subscription before I'm charged again, and then give me 10 different reasons why, and listen to me try to convince you that you really shouldn't cancel your subscription because we're awesome and all of that. None of that crap that we all hate, right? If you don't want it, you don't want it. I want to make sure you know how awesome everything is so that you can get it if you want it. But if you've got it and you don't like it anymore, then that's fine. That means you're not my customer, and I don't want to make you jump through hoops to not be my customer if you are not interested in our product, right? That's just the problem with the world right now. So you get your subscription, if you end up deciding, or your membership, if you end up deciding that you don't like it, or if you hit some financial bumps and you need to change from the annual to the monthly, or from the monthly to nothing until your financial bumps are better, you do that yourself. That is totally fine. If you can't figure out how, email me, but it should be pretty self-explanatory. Um, and anyway, it auto renews, and then what happens is you get it will be $2 more than what a single issue normally costs. So it'll be $14.99 a month if you're doing the monthly auto renew, and it'll be $149.99 a year if you're doing the annual. If you're doing the annual auto renew, which means you're getting 2 months for free, and in that is included the magazine. So when you're a member, you'll be when right now, if you go and you look at the June edition of Crochet Foundry, there's no like add to cart or anything like that. If you're a member, you'll see an add to cart button for the current month, and you'll click on it and it'll pop into your cart at $0, and you just hit checkout. You do have to go through the checkout procedure, because otherwise Shopify does not identify that you purchased something. They do not identify that you own it, and therefore if you ever lose your download, or your computer crashes, you go to a new one, whatever, it'll we won't have record that you owned it, and you won't be able to get your downloads. So that's why I have it set up this way, so that even after you're done with your membership, or even after the month is over, even if you cancel your membership, no matter what, it'll always show up as this is yours. You were a member this month. You tossed that issue into your cart. You clicked checkout, even though it was free, and you got it, and Shopify identifies that it is a purchase that you currently own. Okay, it was a lot of hoops to jump through to make sure that I could get it, Shopify, to identify that you owned the magazine, and this was the easiest way. And I talked to a lot of people. I talked to Shopify, I talked to Apple owners, I talked to so many people to come up with the absolute easiest way to get a membership that includes the magazine. So here we have a few more questions. Yes, freeform art. I would consider that freeform art, Monique, very much. I would consider Andy's art freeform. Monica, I don't think you're the only one who's spent too much at the World Seal, based on what I have heard. If you pay for a membership monthly, do you have to check out every month? What will happen is if you buy the monthly membership, then every month the membership app will just charge you. It will auto renew for you, and it'll charge you every month. If you do the annual one, it will auto renew for you, and it will charge you every year. And I'm doing my best to make sure that email reminders are set up, at least for the annual. I need to go back. Like I said, I talked to a bunch of different apps and stuff. So I looked through a bunch of different apps and talked to a bunch of different people. And I just need to double check that that is something that I can make happen. There's got to be a way that I can do it. I think there's an easy way I can make it happen on the app thing, but I really want to make sure you guys get a reminder, at least for the annual membership that you're about to be charged, because it's so easy to forget that. And $149.99, $150 isn't a small chunk of change for most people, right? I mean, some people, but I don't know that any of us are those people. Anyway, so it will auto renew, which means it will check out for you. Okay. As for the magazine itself, what you will have to do is for each time there's a new edition of Crochet Foundry, you'll have to just click on to here. Let's pop over. I have a share screen set up because I want to show you some stuff. Oh, there we go, Crochet Foundry. So each time, and let me take your little that off so you can see. Each time there's a new edition, you'll want to go to magazine and go to current issue, which I'll probably switch to current edition. I'm finding that there's an issue with using the word issue, and that's that it's the same word as there's an issue with something. It's been driving me batty. So I'm like, I get why they've been calling them editions before, so we're just going to do that, okay? So you'll go to the current issue or current edition. In this case, you see it's June. And when you scroll down, you can see I am currently logged in. So I can click add to cart, okay? And what you'll do is if you're a member, then every time there's a new edition, you'll go to that current edition and you'll be able to see add to cart. If you're not a member, you won't even see this, okay? When you add it to cart, it will show up in your cart, okay, which is actually a shopping bag up here, but it'll show up in your shopping bag cart as $0. Do I have this one set up to do that? Let's see. Okay, view cart. I'm not sure if I have it set up as, this one still says $12.99 because I didn't, but I would have it set so it says $0 and then you'll be able to check out, okay? Sorry, I did not have this one set up that way. But yeah, so you'll go magazine, current issue or current edition. Wake up, there we go. You'll toss it into your cart. It'll show up in your cart as $0, and then you do have to hit checkout, okay? You won't have to give it any credit card, whatever information because it's free. And you'll be able to check out, and then Shopify will identify this as an actual purchase. Okay? And then when the next month happens, I'll change the price of the current. So when I'll change the price of the what was the current edition to the $12.99, it'll become a past edition, and then the new edition will be free, but the only people who will be able to add it to their cart will be the members. Okay, so that is the first benefit of being a member is that you can get a single edition. You get the single edition of the current month as part of your membership. So which means the rest of your membership is only essentially $2. Let's see. I have. Okay, when you're on here and you go to blog, this is the free content that everybody can see. Okay, so this blog, the Crochet Foundry blog, is free to everybody. Okay, and you can see I just added the first of many, many tutorials to come. So when you click on that, I'm trying to make them very, very inclusive. Here, hold on. Oh, I already answered that question. Let me double check here. Nothing. No. Oh, wait. Yes. Watts with Shih Tzu said that it's adorable and it needs a mini easel. As far, I think they were talking about this little. Oh, let me switch this over to this screen. I think they were talking about this little thing. He has a little mini easel. I just have to duct tape the mini easel so it doesn't open too far. It needed a mini easel, but I'm just gonna duct tape it so it stays open at this amount, and that's what I put them on my desk as. So we'll go back to here. We'll go back to here. Okay, and so this is the Crochet Foundry blog, free to everybody. I clicked on this tutorial. And so we start off with just a little, hey, this is what you're going to see. And then this is the table of contents. So when you click on the things, it actually takes you to them. I need to put a back to top button on this. I wonder if I'm sure that's an option. And so here I explain the terms you need to know. Since this is chain, I'm kind of going with, if you don't know how to chain yet, you probably don't know a lot of the terms. So I explain what the front of your work is and the back of your work and the front of your hook and the back of your hook. I give you any abbreviations that are going to be used in the tutorial. Then we have a couple different kinds of tutorials. First, I have a photo tutorial that is very step-by-step, as in I'm starting with, pardon me, I have something weird. Okay, I'm starting with how to get the slip knot on your hook. And this is one way to do it, right? So I'm starting with how to make your little slip knot using your crochet hook. And every step, it tells you what to do and shows you the picture. Okay, step-by-step photos. And little, very, very simple step-by-step explanations. All right, and then, ta-da! It's a chain. Let's make another. Okay, so then we make another chain. All right, now here I have the quick instructions instructions with the illustration. So here I wrote the slip knot, and I gave you the quick instructions written, and then I have the illustrations for you. Aren't these fun? I love them. And I made them, ooh, I need to link that. I need to put that in here. But I used, there's new Sharpies, okay, guys? There are these really cool new Sharpies that write on black. Isn't that just the coolest thing ever? I so need to put affiliate links in here because, oh my goodness, you all need to buy some. But they are the coolest. All right, and I totally meant to put affiliate links in them. Okay, so there's the illustrations for the slip knot. I almost did not say slip knot. For the slip knot, okay. And then I give you the instructions for the chain. Quick instructions for a chain, yarn over, pull through a loop. Okay, so there we yarn over, and there we pulled through the loop. And then we made another one. We yarned over, and we pulled through the loop, and ta-da! And then I give you the anatomy of a crochet. Crochet, chain. Okay, so here you can see when you're looking at it this way, that's the back loops, that's the front loops. And if you turn your chain around, the ones facing away from you are still the back loops, and the ones facing towards you are still the front loops because it is relative to you and where your body and the chain is, not to the chain. Then when you turn it over, the bottom bumps are always the bottom bumps, okay? And then I explain all of that. I explain how this is all relative to you and everything. The crochet chart, and that's it. That's the chart symbol for a chain. And then I have video tutorials. I have the video tutorial for right-handed, and then I have the video tutorial for left-handed, which in this case, I was just able to flip everything. Most of the time, you can just flip the images and flip the video. I try to know when there's something that you can't just flip. Sometimes things are done differently when they're left-handed, but left-handed friends, if I ever make that mistake and I flip something and it's actually done in a different way when it's left-handed and so flipping it doesn't work, please let me know. I can crochet left-handed. I have to go really slow, which is perfectly fine when it's a tutorial video, right? But I can do it. So if I ever just flip something and it's something that doesn't work that way and I just missed it, let me know. Normally, what I try to do is if it's something that doesn't work simply by flipping the image or flipping the video, then I just will do it left-handed for real. All right. But when all I have to do is flip, I just flip. And I try to make sure that all of my verbiage is, all of my language is, dominant hand or non-dominant hand with the hook, yarn, whatever. So so it works regardless if you're left or right-handed. So I have both of those, and they do have captioning, which you can turn on. You may have to actually be on YouTube to turn them on. I'm not sure. Let's see. Okay, so here I could actually just hit mute. And the music does go away once the video starts. Okay, but you can see that you can turn your subtitles on. Okay, and these are through YouTube, so there are going to be some ads on them, but this is free content on the blog, and that's one of the ways that I pay for that. As Yarn Armor says, wow, that's a lot of work. Like, so good. Yes, it is a lot of work, which is why the videos are monetized through YouTube, okay? So yes, there are some ads, but that's because there's a lot of work that goes into here, and the only way that you pay me for the blog is by having the ads. Like the ads are what pay me for the blog, and then hopefully the fact that you love everything so much you decide to then go and buy some stuff. So there is that blog post, and that is just the blog post for the chain. Obviously, it takes, you could have learned how to make a chain in the amount of time I went through this blog post. But I wanted to make sure that no matter what your method of learning was, it was covered, okay? And we can go over here to Stitch Illustrations, where I have them in Canva here, and you can see, let's see, what do? I just click this way, there we go. So that was my slip knot and my crochet chain. And now here, this is another one we're going to be doing is just a plain old slip stitch. So you insert your hook into the stitch, yarn over, pull through everything, and then you repeat. Insert your hook into the next stitch, yarn over, pull through everything. All right. Or you can do a single crochet. Insert your hook into the stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over. So you can see we have the first pull through there, and ta-da, we have a single crochet. So you can see I am working on, here we go, exit full screen. I am working on additional tutorials. Um, my first set of tutorials are going to be everything that's in the back of the magazine. So all of those stitches in the back of the magazine, single crochet, two together, half double crochet, two together, all of those are going to be, I'm going to have tutorials for those for free on the blog with all of those different ways of learning, just like this. I have already I've already done all of the photo tutorials for for everything on the back of the magazine. I still have to make all of the illustrations. These illustrations I am making, the illustrator for the magazine, and the one who did the whoosh, this illustration minus the happy stitching, which is just a font. This illustration was done by my daughter. She drew it first, Kyla Rayat. She drew it first, and then she actually moved it onto her digital like drawing pad and turned it into a digital image. And those are my hands and my pearls hook, my streamline. And then the other images, all of the images in Crochet Foundry are by my daughter Kyla. She either drew them first and then put them on. Let's say the June ones were drawn first, and then she moved them. She took the picture of them and put them in her drawing pad, and then made a digital image of it. And then like the July edition has an actual like hand-drawn pencil drawing with colored pencils, and she used the Prisma color pencils. Yeah, so she's awesome at that. She's an amazing artist. She's actually currently, I think a lot of you know this, at SCAD, Savannah College of Art and Design. She's halfway through the 5-week program there for people who are between their junior and senior year. She's super excited. She's doing illustration, or she's doing sequential art. Her 2 classes she's taking for college credits are design and sequential art. So we have a real artist here for our illustrations. However, she's not a crocheter, which is why these images are by me, because I also happen to be an artist. I do have an art degree or 2. I guess I have 2 art degrees, don't I? I have a BFA in costume design and technology, which included art classes every single year, drawing or painting classes every year, and an MA in studio art, painting and sculpture. So I was like, you know what? I do have those couple of art degrees. Maybe I should actually use them. I sometimes forget that I know how to do these things too. So let's see. What about for more advanced? Is there a video on different stitches? Initially, I will be doing the all of the stitches on the back of the magazine. Once I have all the stitches on the back of the magazine, I would love to do tutorials for more advanced stitches. That's definitely on the list. I want to make sure that I want to start getting tutorials for any stitches used within the magazine. Okay. Thank you. Yes, hand drawing is hard, definitely. And Kyla is really good at hands. It's amazing. Like hands are not easy at all. Oh my goodness. Not at all. Yeah. I still I remember days I had to draw hands in undergrad, and they were not happy days, and not at all. They are freaking hard. Because you don't think like this little bit, like you don't think that that's there, but dude, that's there, right? It's there, and but people tend to kind of connect this to this like that, right? So it's not easy at all. Everything is different than what you think it is in your mind, and you have to let go of what you think is there and draw what is actually there. Yeah, it's not fun and easy. Well, it's fun, but it's not easy. It's fun if you enjoy it, at least. Okay, so yes, there will be more advanced stuff. A lot of it will be on the blog that's free, what'll happen is when you go over, like I'm going to repost all of this on the in the members area. Okay, so it will be in the members area. Only I'll put the videos at the very top, because the main thing that's going to be different in the members area is that the videos in the members area will not have ads. Okay, because you already paid, I know it's just $2 a month. It may eventually go up, but you've already paid your $2 a month. So I'm not putting the ads on the video. So the videos on in the members only area, which we can pop back over to here. So you see, all right, I didn't tell you this part. Um, this is the sneak peek of the members only area. So in July, and you're getting a little sneak peek about July, August, and September as well. July, August, September, I have a little 3-part mini course that I made a while back that is about how to make sure you love what you create, okay? Because it's, even if you're following a pattern, you can end up making something that just, you're like, what? Wait, I don't like this after all. And there are various reasons why you create something, when you're done, you're like, ugh, this is not what it was supposed to be. So, I mean, I don't know, I thought I saw a new thing, but I didn't. Oh, my scrolling doesn't work on that screen. It needs to actually be on this screen. So I made this little 3-part almost mini course, and the first part about making sure you've chosen the right yarn is in the June edition of Crochet Foundry. The second part is in July, and the third part will be in, the second part will be in, I'm sorry, the first part is in July, the second part will be in August, and the third part will be in September. Right away, all 3 parts will be in the members area, okay? So the first part is in July, I'm losing my brain cells. The first part is published in the July edition of Crochet Foundry. All right, and it will only be in the July edition of Crochet Foundry until the next month, and then it'll move on to the blog. And then part 2 will be in Crochet Foundry, in the next edition of Crochet Foundry. The next month it'll move on to the blog. Part 3 will be in the next edition of Crochet Foundry. The next month it'll move on to the blog. Okay, but from the very beginning, all 3 parts will not only be in the members only area, they will also have a video. Does this one not have the, oh, I haven't finished uploading it. When it's actually uploaded, the video will not have ads, okay? Any videos on the Crochet Foundry blog will have ads. Any videos in the Crochet Foundry membership will not. So that will be the main difference here. Right now, if you go to the Crochet Foundry blog, you can see this tutorial. If you're in the membership, you'll be able to see the tutorial within the membership. You'll have to go in through the membership. You won't be able to just go to the Crochet Foundry blog and see it without the ads. If you go to this tutorial in the membership, it'll be there without the ads, okay? So that's some of the benefits of having the membership. There'll also, in this, part 2 has a little cheat sheet that goes with it that says, if your gauge, if you have too many stitches, if your gauge says 10 stitches in 4 inches and you have more than 10 stitches, this is what you do. This is the kind of way you can change your yarn. This is the way you can change your hook. If you have less than 10 stitches, this is how you can change your yarn. This is how you can change your hook. If you're making your own thing and your gauge swatch just is too stiff, this is what you change. If your gauge swatch is too loose and flowing, then this is what you can change. It's a little cheat sheet. It's all explained in the actual article, but then I have a little, just a 1-sheet printable cheat sheet for how to adjust your gauge, and that will be a free printable within Crochet Foundry members area, okay? So the information is all in the article that will be free on the blog, But the little cheat sheet, you have to be in the members area to buy it. To get it for free if you're if you're a member. I'm thinking I'll probably also do some cheat sheets for each of the stitches, just a little printable. Here's the little stitch illustration, stitch definitions and everything. I'll do some printables for those. That will be free in the members area. So there's a lot of stuff going in there. It's not totally filled out yet, obviously, which is why right now it's only $2 a month. It may be eventually that it will increase. I don't know that I'll be able to grandfather in the original prices. I am trying to figure that out. Again, I need to contact the app developer and find out if there's a way to do that. I didn't see a way, but that doesn't mean that there isn't one or that they're not working on developing one. It might just be that I have to like make a new tag for each member each time whenever I raise the price. If I want to let you guys grandfather in the old prices, I may have to like essentially make another membership. They all go to the same places. They're just like the old membership that was only $2 a month, and then the new membership that's $4 a month, but it all goes to the same places. I don't know. I'll figure it out because I'm not going to make any promises because we're not there yet. But I would like to make it that if you join when it's only $2 a month, that would get grandfathered in when the price increases and so on and so forth. Because I do want to add a lot more to the membership. I also want to add a lot more free content to the blog. I want to make sure that everybody is getting value here, no matter what your budget is. So if you're enjoying the free content on the blog, and that's what's within your budget, and then maybe you're just buying the issues when they're past editions at $12.99, then I want to make sure you're still getting that really good value. And then if you're a member, you're getting things a little bit earlier, and you're getting the videos without ads, and you're getting some cheat sheets and printables that are free. And maybe eventually I'll add those cheat sheets and printables as something that you can purchase if you're not a member. And anytime I do that, I'll make sure if there's something that's included within your membership and purchasable outside of your membership, I will make sure to label it in the description that if you are a member of Crochet Foundry, you get this for free, and you can click here to go there to get it. Okay, so make sure once you become members, you read those things on anything outside of a magazine. Obviously, you're only going to get the Crochet Foundry, the current edition of the Crochet Foundry magazine is included in your membership. The other editions aren't. But like when I start adding printables and all of those extras and everything, make sure you read the description before you buy something, because you don't want to buy something that turned out to be free. Of course, if you do and that turned out to be free as part of your membership, if you do by mistake, you can email me. I'll fix it. But it's easier on everybody, yourself and myself, if you first read, and if it was a free part of your membership, you just grab it there. So signing up for the membership right now, my goal, which looks like it's actually going to happen, is that it will be available on Friday. Right now, I am the only member. I'm going to talk to Sarah and Gabby, my two admins, and see if I can toss them in to the membership today, just so they can like tell me if I missed sometimes what I see, even when I go in through, like I have a separate login that has my membership, so I can see what all of you guys see. But still, sometimes I miss something, so it's nice to have little testers there. Plus, as admins, it's the least I can do for them. So yeah, so Friday, okay, and I will be shouting it from the rooftops, okay. But right now, that you can't become a member until hopefully Friday, at which point I will be shouting it from the rooftops. Gabby is like, woohoo, party, party. Gabby is so excited. And I don't know where Sarah is. I hope she's okay, because normally she's very talkative, so which tells me that she's probably not here right now. So You know, she probably liked that. She probably knew in advance and didn't and told me, and I probably forgot. But hopefully, if she didn't, it's not that she's sick or something. So, Sarah, wherever you are, I'm sending you good vibes because I'm so used to you being here, and you're not, which makes me worry about you a little bit. All right, no more extra. Oh, Sarah, Miss C, there we go. She had an appointment. It's all good. I don't have to. Yay, because I was a little worried about her. All right, good, 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 good. Um, then I do want to remind y'all that today. Oh, and Gabby, I'm going to message Gabby and Sarah and get them going on the membership. And then Gabby, since you're here right now, if you can remind me to like put the next month or so worth of sit and stitches in the Facebook group. I need to put the next month or so worth of sit and stitches in the Facebook group. I'll probably put them everything through September because summers get a little hectic over here at home is what we usually call it because I'm so used to being Jessie at home. So I always say, oh yeah, things at home because it's Jessie at home. Gets a little hectic over the summers because I have two kids in school and a husband who's a teacher. And so everybody's home over the summer. Although right now the one kid is at college for the next 2.5 weeks still. Um, but yeah, so and then like at the end of the summer, like literally poor Kyla, she gets back and then she's home for less than a week. And my mother gets here then on a Thursday and then on Thursday night we drive all night to Pennsylvania and our vacation is from Friday morning for like 2 weeks until Saturday. So I guess actually like 15 days, right? But it's this like camping, it's this medieval camping thing and my husband happens to be the one who's in charge of our campsite within this thing. It's called Penzix, so some of you know what that is. But my husband is in charge of the campsite that we camp at within Penzix. He's the land grab agent, is what it's called, which means he has to be there at like 9 a.m. on Friday. But it's a 6-hour drive, right? So we leave at like 2 a.m. on Friday. So like I don't even go to bed. I just stay up until we leave and then I sleep in the car. Doug, my husband, of course, goes to bed because he has to drive the whole way. But my self defense system for when my husband is driving is that I sleep, especially when he's driving my car. And this is not just me. Like when I bought my last car, Thor, when I bought that car, my mechanic is like, "Oh, I love this car. This is such a great car for you. Don't let your husband drive." Even the mechanic knows my husband is bad on cars. My poor husband. So yeah, since then I've gotten a new to me car that's like a year and a half maybe old. To me, it's much older. I think it's a 2012, 12 or 13. It's a Honda Pilot, but his name is Heimdall. When I named the old one, which was a Chevy Trailblazer, Thor, it was before the whole Chris Hemsworth Thor. So no, I did not name it after Chris Hemsworth. I named it after Thor, the character, not an actor. Um. Anyway, okay. So, oh yay! Sarah sent me a reminder on Facebook because Gabby sent me a reminder on Facebook because Gabby kicks butt. Woohoo! Anyway, so yeah, crazy vacation stuff. I am so off topic. Um, somebody always drives me that not. My best friend, one of my best friends who's local here, Jennifer, she is definitely a driver. Like if we're going somewhere, she is probably one of maybe 5 people who I will allow to drive my car. And I'm not even talking about whether or not they're related to me, including people related to me. There's probably only 5 people I would allow to drive my car. Okay. I haven't even let my father drive my new car. But yeah, I'm very picky about who I allow to drive my car. Because I keep cars. I buy old cars and then I keep them forever. Thor was a 2004 and he died 2 years ago when we were on that vacation in Pennsylvania 2 summers ago. So in 2022, um, we went to go home and my car The car was done. Thor was done. We ended up, yeah, there was a whole thing. You don't need to hear it all because that'll just take forever. Yes, you love to drive. I never have to buy a new car. They say always in secondhand or whatever. Yeah, yeah, me too. Me too, Monique. I dream about the day that I can buy a new car. But I am very good to my cars. Like I used to I used to like I am 40. How old am I? I'm 48. I got my first car when I graduated from undergrad. So I was like, what, 21, 22? I was 20. Yeah, I guess I was 22 when I got my first car, which was 4 years old. And it had been my mom's car. So I got my first car that was 4 years old when I was 22. And I'm currently on I'm now 48. So that is 26 years later. And I am on my fourth car. I had a Ford Escort that my mom gave me, handed down to me. Then I had a Ford Focus that I bought from my parents. It was 2 years, 1 year old when I bought it from my parents. I just took over the payments, um, and I hated it. I bought it from my parents because that was when my mom first got into the Department of Defense education program and went abroad. Then I had the Chevy Trailblazer, and now I have the Honda Pilot. So I've had four cars. My first car I got 26 years ago, and I've only had four cars. I'm very good at my cars, which is why I'm so picky about who drives them. I name my cars too. Okay. Yeah. So anyway, I went to undergrad in Chicago. I didn't need a car when I was an undergrad, but then I got a job out in LA, and I definitely did drive a car. So now we've got so we've gone over the members area. We've gone over all of the awesomeness that is coming for free to the blog, which you are going to love. And I'm working with my marketing team. I'm going to talk to them today. They just yesterday, after we had a meeting last week, and then yesterday they sent me a couple breakdowns of a couple different options of things that they can do for me. And one of them included like taking videos and stuff that I have and breaking them down into like reels and stuff. And so I'm thinking I might have them do that one. I mean, there's a lot of other stuff that's in everything, but then there was like one little thing at the end that I had a couple options of. And I'm thinking of doing the one that has that option, hoping that they can make like little quick reels and like quick little mobile, that would be portrait, portrait mobile size videos, quickies of some of the tutorials and stuff, which would be awesome because then I can also put them on on the Instagram Reels, on the Facebook Reels, and they can also go to like TikTok and YouTube and all that sort of stuff. So they would be like shorts, I guess, on YouTube, and then TikTok would be a TikTok, right? Yeah, I think we've hit everything. And then the last thing I just wanted to say is I want to remind you guys that it is okay to not be okay. I spent most of this morning like crying. I have had issues with anxiety and depression my entire life, like since I was a child, my entire life. I'm one of those people who will be on meds for the rest of my life. It took like 20 years to figure out that it was the anxiety triggering the depression. And once we figured out that it was the anxiety triggering the depression and therefore the anxiety that needed to be treated, things got a lot better because prior to that, we've been treating the depression and it kept happening. But when we realized it was the anxiety triggering the depression, we went to treating the anxiety, and that made it so that the depression wasn't as likely to happen. I started a med for a different issue yesterday, and I spent all morning in a panic attack. So That was fun. I wasn't sure I was going to be okay until I got on here with you guys, and just being on here with you guys and knowing how awesome you always are, um, definitely calmed me, because you guys are awesome. And I know that because from the past that you guys are awesome. So I was like, okay, I'm around my people now and they love me no matter what. So I'm good, right? So I want you guys to remember that, it's okay to not be okay. And and honestly, these issues that I have, this is one of the reasons. This is the inspiration behind having that sit and stitch every week. Okay, so tonight we have from 7 to 9, which is 7 to 9 Eastern, which is 6 hours from now is 7 Eastern. Right now it's 1 Eastern. So at 7 Eastern is when the is when the sit and stitch starts. You this When you got your newsletter this weekend, it had a link at the very bottom, and if you go to the Facebook page Crochet Foundry Makes, it has a link and a pinned post, and you can click on those to be able to get the link to go to the sit and stitch this evening, and it is there so we can work together and everything. Um, and one of the big reasons why I do it is because, yeah, we're all here for each other. Yeah, we do. I do this because not only is it it's free. Okay, so this is more something free that you guys can do no matter what your budget is. You can, as long as if you're able to watch this, you're clearly able to go to the Zoom, right? Because you just need to have internet access. You can go to the live Zoom. It's 2 hours every Wednesday that I am around. So when I'm gone for those 2 weeks, we will probably not have it. And then I'll have, hopefully, either Sarah or Gabby will be able, probably Sarah, because she's not working during this time and Gabby usually is. um, one of them will be able to do the Facebook Live that we do or Facebook, YouTube, Instagram Live that we do every Wednesday at noon Eastern. But when I'm not around, then the sit and stitch doesn't usually happen. Um, but as long as I'm around, we have the sit and stitch. It's usually 2 hours on Wednesday, and you can come and go as you please. You don't have to show up from the beginning all the way to the end. You just come in when you can and leave when you need to, and come back if you want to later. And for me, not only do I enjoy the time with you guys, and I love being able to answer your questions when you guys are stuck, I have so much fun, like either figuring it out if it's something I don't know the answer to, because, if there was some whatever, or if I know the answer, then I can teach you something. And I love that. I totally thrive on that sort of thing. It does not have to be from Crochet Foundry. Okay, guys? I love it when you're using stuff from Crochet Foundry. And if 10 people have questions, I'm going to go with the people who have questions from things from Crochet Foundry first. Um, However, as long as there's time, I will help everybody. And so far, there's always been time. Okay, so come, and if you don't have questions, that's fine too, because it's not, the point isn't for asking questions, though that is one of the reasons that is there. You can, and Monique, yes, absolutely, you can come. You can, whenever, as long as it's not 9 yet, show up. Once 9 o'clock hits, I usually try to run away. But as long as it's not 9 p.m. Eastern time, totally show up. Anytime between 7 and 9. And yeah, and for me, and I really hope for a lot of you, I mean, like, the sit and stitch is part of my healthcare. Okay? Um, so come to it, because we're all there for each other, and we have a great time crocheting and knitting and crafting together and talking and catching up and being goofy and all of that. It's a lot of fun, and it's great socialization. Like I said, I this morning I was not okay at all, and simply starting this live, because I know this community is a wonderful, caring community. um, I felt better as soon as I hit go live. I felt better because I knew that I was about to surround myself with really awesome people. And yes, they're so wonderful. Monique there almost every week, and it's nice. Okay, so if you have questions, come. If you don't have questions, come. There are people who aren't even working on anything, who are just there for the socialization aspect for it, and that is totally cool, guys. It can make it part of your therapy, part of your self care. All right, it is a wonderful, wonderful thing to add to your self care is to come to our sit and stitches because we just have a good time and enjoy being around people. I try to change subjects if we get on anything too serious. And if we're off the crochet topic, which we get off crochet a lot because it is just a social aspect, but there is something crochet you want to talk about, just be like, hey, I have a crochet thing, and we will not be offended, okay? Because sometimes at this point, there's the people who have been there a lot. We can sometimes kind of get off topic if there's not a lot of other people, if it's like just all regulars. Um, but yeah, if you have, I try to make sure that we make sure that everybody can talk and that and all of that. And if you have something that is crochet related and you have a question or whatever, just be like, hey, hello. You can always raise your hand on the little Zoom screen. There's on Zoom, there's a way to raise your hand. And there's also the little chat function. So if you're like uncomfortable, like verbally interrupting us, raise your hand or send a little chat thing. You can even send it to just me if you want to. And yeah, and then I'll stop everybody. I'll interrupt everybody. Like if you're really shy about it, you can just send me a little chat in Zoom that says, "Hey Jesse, there's something I want to ask," and I'll be like, "Hey, let's pause and see if anybody has a question they want to ask." Right? So so go ahead and join. We have a really good time. It can be educational if that's what you want. And it is part of my mental health. Okay. Yeah, Zoom's just fun. All right, guys, it is a little over an hour, so we are going to go. And yeah, remember, it is okay to not be okay. I was definitely not okay this morning, and that is fine. All right, we all have those times. So hopefully you have loved all of the wonderful things that we are adding to Crochet Foundry, and you are seeing that I am working hard to make sure that there are, in addition to the awesomeness that you can buy, there is also awesomeness that is available for free as well. Okay, so we're working on all of that, and you guys are part of the awesomeness, and I hope you realize that. All right, so have a wonderful day, and I hope to see a whole lot of you in 6 hours at 7 Eastern on Crochet Foundry Sit and Stitch. So yes, exactly. We will see you later.